This is a Philco 42-345. I believe this would have been released in the middle of 1941. They used to release radios like now they do with cars, where the 42 model year radios would come out midway through 41. I picked this up at a yard sale recently. We're going to see if we can get this to work. Interesting thing I noticed about this is that all of these push button tuning indicators, the little station tags in here, are all still in there. I'm not sure if you can see those in there. I'm not sure about this station. I don't think this station exists anymore. This still exists. This is out of Philly. This still exists. This is out of Reading. I'm not sure about that one. And this one says television. That's interesting. So, before the war, pre-war television was different than post-war television. I believe the audio, post-war television audio was FM. I believe in pre-war television audio was AM. So perhaps this was set so you could pick up television audio on this radio through the push button there. Might need a little bit of oil in there. It seems kind of rough. Also the push button on-off switch. Also kind of sticky. So let's take a look in the back. As the cord is bad. Also the dial cord has come out. This actually has two dial cords. It has one, I think, that goes from the front up to turn this. Another one, the tuning capacitor here. Another one that goes from the tuning capacitor here up to the dial pointer. So I think the one that goes from the knob to the tuning capacitor is still intact. But the one that goes from the tuning capacitor to the dial pointer is this one here that's broken. We're going to have to replace this cord. This is what happens to natural rubber. It just deteriorates like this and cracks apart. Looks like at one point someone already has replaced the cord, and the new cord is pretty much gone. Got a nice solid copper antenna, AM antenna in the back here. There's probably more copper in this antenna than there is in a modern cell phone. So this uses the Lockdoll tubes. I think there's 7 tubes in here. And these here are the push button adjustment trimmers to set the push button stations. So I'll take the knobs off and undo the screws and take this out and see what it looks like underneath. So I got the chassis out. I had to remove 4 bolts from the bottom of the cabinet that was screwed into these things. Then I had to remove 2 from in here, behind here, a screw goes through and screws into the front of the cabinet. And I also had to remove this copper antenna in order to get the chassis out the back. It wouldn't fit through the hole in the middle, so I had to take this out too. And in the front of the cabinet I found this spring, which I presume is a tension spring for the dial string that goes on here. So yeah, this is here with the dial string for that is gone. And turning the tuning, so turning this still turns the tuning capacitor, because it has this dial cord here to go from the knob up to the tuning capacitor there. And then another dial cord wraps around this big drum and goes up to the pointer up here. So let's see what this looks like underneath. Okay, so we got a transformer. Let's see, is that audio output? That must be audio output because there's not another transformer on the there's not a transformer on the speaker, so this is probably the audio output transformer. This box here is probably the power transformer. I'm not sure why they put it in a box like that. in the 1920s they used boxes like that for power transformers. I'm not sure why they're using it in the 30s. Anyway, we got a couple wax capacitors under there. This is probably a Philco capacitor. They're probably electrolytic, and this looks like it might be an electrolytic as well. Can't really turn it around to see what it says on there. Okay, this one says something on this side. Still can't turn it around. Well, I say we plug this in. Well, we'll change the cord first. I'll change the cord, plug this in, and see what happens. So I got the new power cord in. This block up here, Bakelite block, is where the across the line caps are. So I just put one line going over here to this, and the other line I disconnected from the Bakelite block, so there should be no line voltage across any of the capacitors in here, because this one just goes to ground, and this one's not connected to anything. This would just go right into the power transformer. So there should really be no voltage across any of these caps, since this has no reference to the chassis. So hopefully this won't explode then. This is not permanent. I'm just putting it like this until I can get this new capacitors in this block, and then I'll tack this back on here where it goes. This line cord is one I picked out of an old TV. I ran out of new line cords, and I went down to the store this weekend to get some, and the store was closed, so I'm not sure I'm going to get them now on. The store that I used to get them at, you could get 12 cords for $10. If you want to get any at Home Depot, they charge you like $6 a cord, so I definitely don't want to do that, but we'll see. So let's plug this in and see what we get. Let's turn this on. Got a dial light out. Just turn the lights out here. Turn the other light out. Well, it sounds like bad Philco capacitors to me. Push buttons, how do we get off that? This is broadcast. Well, there's kind of something there. Alright, well, it's kind of getting something, but let's change these capacitors and I'm sure it'll be a lot better. Alright, got new filter caps. Let's see how it sounds now. Oops. Maybe.
También hace tiempo, 111 a 91, no, el que la tiene es ahora el conjunto.
I don't make much difference. Let's see about shortwave. Police. Shortwave. Oh, see, nothing on a shortwave, but I might need an antenna for that. Let's see if these push buttons do anything. That's the bottom setting here. Nothing on television. Nothing on WJZ. Maybe a dirty volume pot there. Nothing on WEU. Nothing on KYW. And nothing on there. So those might need adjustment, or the contacts are dirty perhaps. Well, not too bad. I'm probably going to go through and replace the rest of the capacitors too, because it should have better performance than this. So, I'll come back after I replace those capacitors. Okay, I got the Philco back together. I replaced all but 2 of the paper capacitors. The 2 that I did not replace were up underneath the antenna coils, and I really didn't want to dig in there and risk damaging some of the coils. Plus, it sounds pretty good the way it is. It's kind of hard to see in the light, but this lights up over here to show you which band you're on. So we're getting rid of some of that interference. So right here it says broadcast 1, broadcast band. If I go down here, now it's on the push buttons and you can just pick. There's not much on that one. This one, WEEU, is what the push button actually says. Same with KYW. These two on the end are not what the push button says. I just adjusted those to modern stations. Go back up to broadcast. Turn around a little. There is supposed to be a dial light over here. I don't have the proper light, so I'm going to have to order a replacement for the dial light on that side. It does sound pretty good. It also got a tone control.
Miko Brisker in at running back. Sasha Kelsey comes in as the slot receiver.
That happened on Saturday is not going to be tolerated.
Chamoquín, el mixólogo, felicidades, felicidades, felicidades. ¿Todo listo?
I don't think there is anything on police right now. Might have to wait till night for that to come in. I was getting something on shortwave.
Unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Now that would be all right if I stopped there.
Aside from replacing the dial light over here, this is going to be about done. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.